Breaking the News with Des Clark.
Des Clark, and this is Breaking the News, the show that breaks the week's news and asks four opinionated panellists to put it back together again. And we are coming to you from the heart of the Edinburgh International Festival Fringe. With me this week are some of the best acts gracing the city's stages. On my right, we have Ignacio Lopez and Val McDermott. And facing them are Connor Burns and Chloe Petts. In the news this week, Tesco has launched a birthday cake sandwich, complete with strawberry jam, soft cheese, vanilla frosting and sprinkles to celebrate 30 years of Club Card. The sandwich will only be available on limited release nationwide because it sounds disgusting. The BBC has launched an investigation into alleged drug use by two Strictly Come Dancing stars. Producers overheard one of them telling the other to pass the doobie, to which the other said, "Look, for the last time, it's paso doble." And Calvin Harris has announced the arrival of his new baby son by posting a picture of his wife's placenta being preserved for eating at a later date. Since the big announcement, the couple have been inundated with messages from friends and family saying they're definitely not going to theirs for Burns night. Right, you've met our teams. Let's crack on with round one. This is the Broken News round, where our teams have to guess two major stories of the week that have been mashed together into one single news headline. So, Ignacio and Val, can you tell me what this is all about?
Kate Forbes, Deputy First Minister,
has published a manifesto
all about John Swinney's leadership,
calling for the establishment of a nighttime economy minister.
She rejected any idea or suggestion that her decision was a result of
no alcohol.
Is it just a woman thing?
Well, a lot going on there. Val, any ideas what our first story might be?
Kate Forbes gone out the door.
That is exactly the right answer. Well done, Val. Yes, in a surprise announcement this week, Deputy First Minister Kate Forbes announced that she will stand down at next year's Holyrood election. The Skye, Lochaber and Badenoch MSP said she did not want to miss any more of the precious early years of family life and called for greater support at Holyrood for politicians juggling the demands of parenthood. John Swinney said his own time as Deputy First Minister was invaluable, praising the role for shaping him into the energetic, bubbly and carefree man that he is today. Oh, well done, Val, on getting the right answer. So are you surprised then to see Kate stepping down?
Well, I'm an amant, really. I mean, I'm surprised that she's left the job. But on the other hand, you know, when I'm doing this show, I always like to Google who might come up. And I do Google Kate Forbes. And it turns out that she's got a second career as a narrator of Audible audiobooks. And she's recorded such titles as Left at the Altar, which surprised me because I don't think she's ever gone left anywhere.
Well, there you go. Big news. Ignacio, I know you're not from Scotland, but you've been here often enough. You know a little bit about our politics. Were you surprised to see Kate Forbes stepping down?
No, absolutely not. I could have told people this was going to happen a long time ago, okay? Because, you know, she went for leadership twice, right? And then she didn't get it. She's exactly like my mate Steve when we play five-a-side football. He's like, can I go up front? Come on up front. No, you're in goals, mate. He's like, oh, I got to go home, actually. I got to shoot off. Yeah, I can't stick around anymore, right?
Yeah, my calf's playing up. Yeah, need to go. That might explain it. Connor Burns, I'll bring you in here. What about this news from this week? Bit of a surprise in Scottish politics. Are you surprised to see Kate stepping down?
I'm very surprised because this is how I found out that we've got a Deputy First Minister.
What do you think? Do family and politics not mix?
I think this is just another proven thing that kids ruin everything, okay? Like, I think that's fair, isn't it? Kids ruin things. This was a dream to do this, right? I remember asking my mother when I was very young. I was about 4 years of age, and I think I asked my mother a silly question one day. I was like, oh, Mama, why are dogs so happy? Because I saw some dogs playing in the park. I was like, why are dogs so happy? And she said, because somebody takes their children away from them when they're born.
Do family and politics not mix?
One of the things Kate Forbes says, which I think is a good point, is that there's not enough childcare at Holyrood. She said that the creche is only open for 3 hours a day, which obviously isn't enough. So I've come up with an idea. It's a bit radical. Nicola Sturgeon's mobile soft play, all right?
So obviously this is Kate Forbes walking away, stepping away from the role of Deputy First Minister. But what would it take for you to walk away from what you do? It's a big question here, Val. What would it take for you to walk away?
Death.
But even when you die, you'd think, I'd still want to write about my murder. Chloe, what would it take for you to walk away from what you do?
Very little. Stand-up comedy is so hard. I absolutely love it, but like a lot of old people come to my show. But I do get the impression that they might have come because they saw me on Have I Got News For You with the sound down. And they were like, wow, what a polite-looking young man. And then they leave the show and they're like, what a rude lesbian.
Connor, what about you? Kate Forbes walking away from this big job. What would it take for you to walk away from what you do?
Des, you're not the first person in the industry to ask me that. What would it take for you to stop, Connor?
What would it take for you to walk away from what you do?
Listen, man, I've just done 9 days at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, performing 6 shows a day, flying during a storm, sleeping in student halls on a mattress made out of spanners, I can only assume. To walk away from what I do. If anybody has the fare to the 8:25 flight to Mallorca EasyJet tonight, I'm there. All right? I hope Nigel Farage listens to this show because I'm sure he'd stump up the money to get me out of the country, all right?
The Deputy First Minister, Kate Forbes, has announced that she will not run for re-election as an MSP next year, as she does not want to miss any more precious early years of family life. She said it was important to be there for the finger painting, stacking blocks and peekaboo, but that from now on, John Swinney would have to entertain himself. Chloe and Connor, what was the other story we were after?
Is this Australia has appointed like a nightlife minister, and people are saying it would be a good idea in Scotland as well?
Brilliant spot. Great answer, Connor. Well done. That is correct. Yes, Scotland should have a government minister devoted to the country's nightlife, according to an industry body. The Nighttime Industries Association said the country is behind the curve in supporting clubs, restaurants and live music venues. They argue that Scotland should take inspiration from New South Wales in Australia, where there is a 24-hour economy commissioner. The proposed Minister for Nightlife would be responsible for late-night transport, licensing laws and holding your hair back whilst you're being sick.
I'm a bit confused because I was under the impression that we already did, because I've got the phone number of a guy and no matter what time you text him at night, he turns up and makes sure you have a good night. But it turns out it's not an official position. I think we should have a nightlife minister, and I think it should be the Crankies. That's a night out.
What a shout that is. Can you imagine?
I'd rather know, actually.
What a party that would be. I'm all for it. Chloe, what about this for Scotland? Should we have our own Minister for Nightlife?
Yeah, I think so. And I think there should be like a special sort of branch focusing on young people, because I feel like the young people of today, they're not upholding good Scottish values and they're not going out as much, they're not drinking as much, they're not smoking as much. And that just seems wrong to me. So I would have like these training camps where it's like, best techniques for holding your mate's hair back, or like a sort of black cab knowledge type test for like alleyways that you can do a wee down, vocal coaching to practice going, wait, when your mate drops her pint.
I think there should be a minister that deals with all generations. I mean, I am, as you've possibly noticed, past the first flush of youth. So I think the nightlife should start earlier.
I never thought I'd see the day Scotland needed help getting drunk.
Val, what else should we adopt from Australia?
Well, we've already got the flat whites and we've already got the Shiraz. So I don't think there's anything else to take, really.
We're done.
We're done.
I'm going to level with you guys. When I was growing up in Mallorca, geography wasn't great. I didn't know there was a difference between Scotland and Australia, all right? Genuinely, I'd be like, well, how do you explain Crocodile Dundee? You know what I mean? It's kind of... I thought it was already the same thing. So.
Isn't it nice to have casual racism from the Spaniard towards us? Yes, well done, Chloe and Connor. You get 2 points for that. It was the mashup of Kate Forbes' announcement that she's stepping down and calls for a minister dedicated to Scotland's nightlife. And well done at the end of that round. It's 2 points apiece. Now, much of our news is about public opinion, so to find out what stories people are talking about, we spoke to two friends of the show, broadcasting legend Hazel Irvine and comedian Ed Byrne. So, Chloe and Connor, what do you think Ed is talking about here?
This is one of those things that's been kicking around for a long time. Yeah, I thought we already had this, because I remember when I started out in comedy, people were making hack jokes about it then. Apparently, the reason it's taken so long to come to market is because of the side effects, which just demonstrates what a bunch of moaners we are, really.
Is this about the male contraceptive pill?
Yes, that is the right answer. Well done, Chloe. This is the news that a new male contraceptive pill has passed its first human safety trials. The pill is a non-hormonal contraception and so doesn't have the negative side effects associated with some other attempts at male birth control. The initial contraceptive trial was done using mice, though the volunteers said they would have preferred their girlfriends. Chloe, well done for getting that right answer. Brilliant effort there. So what do you think? Is it time then for the male contraceptive pill?
Yeah, I just bet all of the straight women are so excited to have another thing that they have to remind their boyfriends to do. It does sound great, though, but the only drawback that I can see is that it has no side effects. I think that we should add some side effects in and just sort of give the men a taste of what it's like to be a woman. So just like some mood swings, some bloating, health complications. And then we could send the men to the doctor and have a female doctor say to them, have you tried some light exercise?
An addition we need, I think. Connor, what about this big story this week, actually? Do you think then it is time for the male contraceptive pill?
I think there is time for it now. And I was reading a bit. It says that the chemical in it is called YCT529, which makes sense because I was walking through Craig Miller once and a wee Ned jumped out, booted me in the plums and went, YCT, yabam. And... turns out he was a scientist. He was just trying to reduce my sperm count.
I think it's a positive thing. I actually signed up. I'm on the control group for it. I say control group. It's a dogging site in Leith.
Val, what's your take on this? Do you think then it is time for the male contraceptive pill?
It's a matter of supreme indifference to me. It's too late for me in every possible way.
Connor, what are your thoughts on this? What traditionally female responsibility should men take on and why?
I actually do think that we should take more responsibility, especially in the arena of like contraception and stuff like that, because my fiance got an IUD and she wanted me to come along as moral support because it's a pretty horrible thing and there's no anaesthetic in that. But it backfired massively because she went in for the exam and the nurse went halfway through the exam, oh my God, is your fiance Connor Burns? Have you really been trying to get tickets for his Fringe show? Do you think you could help me out?
Val, what do you think about this? What traditionally female responsibility should men take on and why?
Deputy First Minister, obviously.
Of course, many men already use the most effective form of birth control, their personality. Yes, a new milestone reached in the development of a male contraceptive pill is the right answer. Chloe and Connor, you get 2 points for that. It's your turn now, Ignacio and Val. What do you think Hazel is talking about here?
So there's that sort of pick and mix jeopardy going on. You really don't know what you're going to get, do you? You might get people who just want to come and have fun, be an absolute whirling dervish on the dance floor. You don't know what you're going to get, but that all adds to the fun, doesn't it, surely?
I know what this is. So they're trying to develop a system, like an app or, sign up, where strangers can buy tickets to go to somebody else's wedding. Strangers.
And that is the right answer, believe it or not. Well done, Ignacio. Yes, a new startup app has been created that allows couples to sell tickets to their wedding to help with costs. One couple in Paris, the first to use the service, are charging €150 to join them on their big day. Val, what about you then? I mean, what, would you do it? Would you sell tickets to your wedding?
I wouldn't, because some years ago I wrote a book called Insidious Intent, where a guy crashed weddings in order to seduce somebody at the wedding and then murder them. So, I mean, I know some of the people that ended up at my civil partnership are cheerfully murdered now, but...
Can I just say, I can't believe we've reached the point where we're trying to crowdsource marriages, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't pay for that. I'll tell you what I would pay. I'd want front row tickets for the divorce, all right? That is a pay-per-view event I would pay money to see.
Well, Ignacio mentioned this about trying to monetize a marriage and maybe it feeling a bit crass. But how else could you monetize life?
I have started selling tickets to my funeral, okay? So if that sells out, I'm going to have to add on some extra shows. So I just kind of put it out. I just think, everybody's doing it now. It's so prevalent. Everybody's trying to market their lives and influencers and stuff. OnlyFans is a big thing, It's big. I've actually set up my own one. It's a Spanish one called Only Juans.
Val, we're talking about monetizing parts of your life, if not the wedding day. How else could you monetize life?
Become an author. 40th novel this year. Big chunks of my life are already out there.
Oh, I tell you what, people he'd love to murder.
Oh, aye.
Great.
They never recognise themselves. They never recognise themselves as... They always think they're the heroes. They always go, I'm Karen Perry, I'm an Anya.
Chloe, what about this for a question? How else could you monetize life?
Well, you can sort of monetize everything these days, particularly as people are creeps. So there was this guy that I heard about who was messaging female comedians on Instagram. He was basically saying that he would pay for videos of their burps, and he asked every single female comedian apart from me. Which I actually found pretty gender affirming. But
it's awkward actually, because I was just waiting to ask you in person. But, another good side hustle ruined. There is a lot of people willing to pay for creepy stuff out there, and I saw that people are willing to pay for Instagram models and stuff. They're paying for their bath water. So I was looking into that, but I'm very working class, so I need to keep my bath water so my brother can jump in after.
That's right, selling tickets to your wedding is the right answer, and 2 points goes to Ignacio and Val. This is Breaking the News from BBC Radio Scotland with me, Des Clark. Now, this round is all about who's in the news. I will play you a clip of a mystery person. All you have to do is tell me who it is. So, Ignacio and Val, you're first this time. Who is this?
When people used to ask me for photos really early on, I still couldn't quite understand why people wanted to take pictures with me. I used to find it really odd. And my reaction was no, I don't want to take a picture with you.
I think that might be Tom Holland doing creepy things with buildings.
All of that is the right answer. Yes, Val, it is indeed Tom Holland. The actor has been swinging about the streets of Glasgow this week after they were transformed into New York for the filming of the latest Spider-Man movie. Fans lined the streets to catch a glimpse of the action as tanks and cars sped through the streets. But the excitement reached new levels when Tom himself stopped to interact with fans. Yes, Spider-Man is filming in Glasgow because it is the one place in the world where folk won't bat an eyelid at a guy in a mask climbing through a window. Bang on with that answer, Val. Yes, Tom Holland is in Scotland. Are you pleased to see Tom filming in Glasgow?
I am, because apparently there's been a lot of road closures, and I don't see why Edinburgh should be the only city to suffer from that.
When I first saw the headline, it said thousands gather in Glasgow to celebrate the arrival of Holland. I thought it was an orange walk. I like the
It's nice to see Spider-Man in Scotland, but what if we made it a bit more local? What powers would a Scottish superhero have?
I can just picture, maybe a Scottish billionaire who builds a suit out of girders, call himself Iron Brewman, okay? I think that's it's a big franchise waiting to happen, I reckon. You've also got, of course, Reverse Thor. He gets hammered.
What about this then, Val? We're talking about Spider-Man in Scotland, but what powers would a Scottish superhero have?
The ability to deep fry any food with one finger.
I love that. Let's keep this going. What powers would a Scottish superhero have? Any ideas, Chloe?
Well, as an English person, I've got to be careful here. I don't want to sort of perpetuate any harmful Scottish stereotypes. So I think, on balance, I would have Independence Man, if that's what he chooses. And his special powers would include managing his own finances and rejoining the EU.
Connor, what about you? We're talking about Spider-Man in Scotland, but what powers would a Scottish superhero have?
Well, you know how 10, 15 years ago we started seeing all these big superhero movies make a comeback, and it seemed like the formula was you take a comic book character but make an actually dark, gritty film about them. So I just want, this summer, he's back. It's Oor Wooly. Maybe this time you kick the bucket.
Yes, well done. 2 points go to Ignacio and Val. That was, of course, Spider-Man himself, Tom Holland. Right, Chloe and Connor, it's your turn now. Who is this and why are they in the news?
It's the delivery or the tone of his voice and the attitude. I don't have the same attitude as him. It was Wonderwall and Don't Look Back in Anger, and I said, I'm singing one of them. You take your pick.
That was Noel Gallagher getting ready for the Oasis big shows at Murrayfield.
Well done, that is the right answer, Connor. Yes, it is indeed Noel Gallagher, who along with his brother Liam will be bringing their reunion tour to Edinburgh this weekend. Oasis last played Edinburgh in 2009 before the infamous split, and their return is expected to bring a £136 million cash injection into the city. Of course, one of Oasis' best known albums is Standing on the Shoulders of Giants, which is also the only way you'll be able to see the gig without a ticket. Chloe, what about you? We're hearing from Noel Gallagher there. Are you looking forward to Oasis landing in Edinburgh over the next few days?
Yeah, Liam Gallagher was actually my hero when I was a child growing up, and I joined a band because of him, because I wanted to be like him, specifically the Holy Trinity Church Band. I was in a Christian rock band when I was 17. Not because I was religious, I just wasn't musically talented enough to be in a mainstream one. So I had to go and beg the Christians to let me be in theirs. And then I would sort of do up my Parker and go, Shan, Jesus, Shan.
Ignacio, what's your take on it? Are you looking forward to Oasis in Edinburgh this weekend?
I'm just disappointed I couldn't get tickets to a wedding on the Isle of Skye, actually. Because I do not want to be here for this. All right?
Well, look, of course, Oasis is going to be here for the next few nights playing at Murrayfield, and they are a 90s throwback. But Connor, I'm going to ask you this question. What would you bring back from the 90s and why?
Probably some Stigma. Specifically about mental health. I think we're too open about it now. It is okay to not be okay, but just, not with me, if that's all right. No, because it's getting out of hand. I met a guy my age the other day. You're not going to believe this. He didn't have ADHD. And then I spoke to him. I went, nah, you must have just missed it, mate. I went, do you ever get bored halfway through doing the dishes? He went, aye. And I went, you've got it.
So Oasis are in Edinburgh, and there we go, bringing that back from the 90s, the return of Britpop. But what would you bring back from the 90s and why? Val?
My 40s. Those were the days, my friend.
Them were the days, weren't they? We were talking about Oasis being in Edinburgh over the next few nights at Murrayfield. Although the rift is healed, the Gallagher brothers still go their separate ways after gigs. Noel goes home to his family whilst Liam is tranquilised and returned to his enclosure. Yes, that was Oasis' own Noel Gallagher, and 2 points go to Chloe and Connor. It's time now for our final quickfire round, which is all about deciphering the numbers in the news. I will read out a headline. All the teams have to do is fill in the blanks. So get ready, teams. When we run out of time, you'll hear this.
Are you still saying that heads should roll?
That was BBC Breakfast John Kay there, clearly interviewing Henry VIII. Right, fingers and buzzers, and here we go. Edinburgh is number 1 in Scotland for what? Connor?
Is it during August? It's the city with the most failed actors crying at the top of an extinct volcano.
Edinburgh is number 1 in Scotland for what? Chloe?
Is it seeing the poshest English person you've ever met claiming to be Scottish?
Lovely answer. Edinburgh is number 1 in Scotland for what? Ignacio?
Is it giving tourists hail-induced heart attacks?
Edinburgh's number 1 in Scotland for what? Connor?
Is it the most amount of Americans who don't understand why you're laughing when they ask if they can rub Bobby?
Edinburgh is number 1 in Scotland for intelligence. That was the answer we were looking for. Our report suggests that Edinburgh is the smartest city in Scotland and the 5th overall in the UK. Wow. So well done, the smart audience sitting here laughing at Bobby.
I'm so proud to be the exception to that rule.
Are you still saying that heads should roll?
Oh, there is our klaxon. John has keyed. It means it's all over. And at the end of the quiz, our winners this week are Connor Burns and Chloe Penn. And commiserations to Ignacio Lopez and Val McDermott. And we'll leave you with the breaking news. Breaking news just in. Scientists have revealed that a bacteria related to cholera was responsible for the deaths of more than 5 billion starfish in what was a particularly harrowing episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. Thousands of students across Scotland have received their exam results amid fears some could be delayed by Storm Floris. One pupil said she was thrilled on the day to receive 6 A's and her neighbour's trampoline. And a zoo in Denmark is asking for unwanted family pets to feed to its predatory animals. It's led to pet owners in Denmark saying to their animals, I bet you'll be a good boy now. The news is broken. I've been Des Clark. Goodbye.